side.
Yeah.
You've got to look at where the top of the glass is. So it doesn't matter if you have a bit of a, you've got to start somewhere. You always start near the bottom.
Yeah.
And then this will be continuous all the way around, so that there's no gap for the water to get through.
Okay, so we got the windows in yesterday. It was a little bit of a feat, and it's something you could do on your own, and I would probably suggest that you get some help, only because it's not a single man job, and I had some assistance, but I also had some assistance from someone that's done it before, which made it a little bit easier. I had an idea, having Googled a whole lot about how to cut a window in, and I researched it so much, and I got the kits. I got everything I needed for the kit, so it was all laid out ready. With cutting the metal out, it was much easier to drill a hole. I would probably drill a bigger hole in each corner. We've got some. I've attached some pictures into this this video clip, because what I did find, there was a couple of things that I was changing as I was going along, where to cut the window, how to cut the window out, masking everything up. One of the important things I discovered was make sure you cover all of the paint, you know, mask it up good and proper. There's hot shards of metal coming off when you're cutting and when you're grinding it flat after. and you don't really want that to burn a hole in the paint and go rusty and mark your paintwork. So you'll see the pictures in some kind of, I try and get it in some kind of sequence so you can see that it was a bit of a whirlwind, because once I started I didn't want to keep stopping to do a bit of editing to explain how it works. So I just got on and we videoed as we were doing it, and we'll try and get you to see how it happens. Now, halfway through putting it in, you'll see the U-shaped trim that goes over around the metal work that you've cut. The important thing prior to putting that trim on is make sure that the bare metal is covered with some kind of fast drying primer. You get some in the kit when you put the windows in. You only want a small amount over there, because what you don't want is the rust appearing after. And I went quite sparingly and made sure there was no bare metal exposed. Then I went to put the U-trim on. Now, you put the U-trim on before you stick the glass in place. What I realised halfway through of putting the rubber on, I've got a bit of video of me putting on there, or it going on, so you can see how it goes on. But I'm going to carpet the inside of these panels. Now, what I've done is, by not putting the U-trim on, I can now tuck the carpet inside between the two pieces of metal. So the carpet's going to disappear and be nice and tightly hidden out of the way. You can try and button the carpet up to the rubber trim, but there's a chance it might not fit straight, it might not look as good, whereas disappearing over the metal framework, it covers the metal and it looks tidy, because I can cut the loose ends down and hide them and glue them in the little slot. The only other thing I'm likely to do is, before I do that, is I'm going to put a little bit of black mastic on the outside skin between the glass and the piece of metal, just to smooth it all off, so when you do see it, just look like a black piece of rubber. And I'm going to do that before I do anything else. But hopefully the video will be self-explanatory. It'll give you the idea about how to start the cuts off. We put some tape round. You know, we try to, if there's anything we need to put in there, we'll try and add some comments on there so you can see how we did it, and hopefully you'll find it useful and have a go yourself. The whole thing took us about an hour and a half each side from start to finish by the time it's stuck in. So if you let yourself 3 or 4 hours, a couple of hours aside, we were very meticulous that once we cut it out and ground it down, we went around and made sure it was all clean, kept wiping it around with meths and a rag, as in methylated spirit, just so that we could make sure there's no grease, so when we put the glass in place with a special sealer, we knew it would adhere and it would make a good tight seal. Yeah, so and that was the windows.